weather, maybe even real snow, and maybe then we'll finally get a real football game.
Beating Buffalo at halftime by the score of 21-7, and the Bills have other problems aside from the fact that the score is not going their way. Three standout members of the defensive unit, Burrows, Talley, and Conlon, are now all sidelined.
And when you play with a team, these guys have been together, Marv, for 12 games so far. Really no major injuries in there. And all of a sudden you lose three of your very good players. Darryl Talley, one of the best players they have on defense, was underrated player, but one of the best players they have on defense. And then you try to put some young guys in there that had not played this year, because most of the games that they've had have been very close games. So those defensive guys stayed in there all the time. That's a major problem for them. The other thing, again, that I think we must bring up is that they have to go back and really establish that offense and defensive line of scrimmage. Until they do that, they can't get back in this game.
The one bright spot was the hurry-up offense in the final couple of minutes. Jim Kelly able to lead the Bills downfield, but Boomer Esiason and the Bengals have had a tremendous first half. The play calling right on target, and that has been the case with Esiason and Sam Weish and his Bengals throughout the season.
They did an awful lot of study on the Bills defense, and we're taking a look at this play here. And what happens on this play is they catch Bruce Smith moved in over the center. So they just rolled out Boomer to the left, away from Smith, away from Smirlis, into the linebacker, and then the Bills tried to cover Brooks with a linebacker, and that's not going to happen in this game.
Boomer Esiason is averaging about 11 yards per reception, and there are some people around the NFL who say that Boomer is having the most effective year that a quarterback has had in the NFL since back in the mid-'60s when Bart Starr took the Packers to the Super Bowl.
I think because of Ickey Woods and because of James Brooks, this happens, Marv. And the reason for that is that Boomer can just pick and choose what he wants to do. He's not now thinking, well, the whole offense is on me. I've got to throw a bomb. I've got to do that. He doesn't have to do that anymore. He just picks apart the field. And when they roll him out of there, he's just as effective as if he stands back in the pocket.
Anything surprise you in the first half?
Yeah, the Bills' defense surprised me a little bit, not playing as well as they're playing. And the adjustments that they did not make about the outside. They were playing everything inside, looking for Woods and Brooks to inside stuff, and they were just breaking it outside. I think they're overreacting a little bit. But as you get back to the second half, I think Walt Corey will settle his team down a little bit and say, hey, wait a minute now, we're not totally out of this game. We can get back in the game. We just proved that. But the other thing, too, is you can't, people sit there and say, well, why don't they run that kind of offense now for the second half? There will be no legs by the fourth quarter. You just can't do that. You can't play football that way for 60 minutes.
And the Bills' defensive unit spending a lot of time on the field. They had the ball, only 8:28, and look at time of possession for the Cincinnati Bengals.
And again, the only time the time of possession means anything is if you put points on the board. Cincinnati Bengals put 21 points on the board. Also 2 turnovers. Well, it's going to kill you. The Bills, 94 yards passing, that's not enough. But the rushing of Cincinnati is more than their passing.
Combination of Ickey Woods, James Brooks. So Marv Levy now looking to the second half. And looking at what he hopes will be a Buffalo defensive unit that is able to turn things around. But Shane Conlon has not played. He was a question mark because of a foot injury. And Scott Radisick in the lineup. It is unlikely that we'll see Conlon if the Bengals stay on top. This kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. Darryl Talley out the rest of the way because of a bruised thigh. Derek Burrows did not go today with that ankle injury and a bruised jaw. The kickoff from Lee Johnson. And this is Flip Johnson on the return. Flip Johnson, the first-year player from McNeese State, spent last year on IR because of a knee injury. Ed Brady made the stop.
Every single drive, Marv, is an important drive, but this is especially important for the Buffalo Bills. They did move the ball one time in the first half, but that was at the end of the half. Now they're going right back to their basic offensive game plan, and they're going to make it work.
First down from the 18, and Kelly completes. Short pickup. So Kelly hooking up with Andre Reed. And it sets a 2nd and 5 to the 23, and here are the Bills in a hurry-up.
I said that you can't use it the whole game, which they can't, but they're doing it.
And it's Riddick short of the first down. Robb Riddick, a favorite target of Jim Kelly on that splendid drive to close the second quarter. Zander and White making the stop. Up front, Kent Hull, the center. Jim Richer and Tim Vogler are the guards. Joe Devlin, Will Wolford are the tackles. And they are calling for the yardsticks.
And it gives Cincinnati a chance to change their defense and get back into their nickel package, because the Bills came out actually with 5 receivers. They had Chris Burkett in there. They had Andre Reed in there. Trumaine Johnson was in there. Now the Bills are going to go back to their basic offense again. They've got Cincinnati. They're going to have to make another change. A little cat and mouse game going on.
It will be 3rd and inches. From the 27. Byram and Riddick, the running backs. Kelly has connected on 8 in a row. He is 11 for 15 overall. We're just underway, 3rd quarter. And the Bills trailing the Bengals 21-7. Back to the ground for Riddick. And he has the first down and additional yardage. Robb Riddick in that slashing style, stopped by Reggie Williams and Eric Thomas.
Robb Riddick runs like Eric Collins' last name. And look at Kelly. He's confident. You know he's not going to pass the ball. He didn't button his chin strap, so he's just ready to hand the ball off.
What an indication, yes.
Yeah, it shows you right now. I'm going to just hand it off to Riddick and let him go. But Riddick with great leg drive. And again, he plays every single play like it's his last. And he loves this game.
15-yard pickup and a first down at the 43, but a timeout called by Cincinnati. Minute and a half in, 3rd quarter.
Today's game is brought to you by Honda, who invites you to test drive the Accord Coupe at your local Honda dealership today. By United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies. And by Murata Fax Machines, built for the most important business in the world, yours.
The Buffalo Bills first down from their 43. They're trailing Cincinnati 21-7. Well, Marv Levy feels that the Bills would have to run it 30 times for his club to be successful. Far off the mark, but here's Thurman Thomas with a gorgeous run. So Thomas, with a big gainer, he goes for 28. In the first half, he had a 21-yard run.
Just not stopping at all and running the football. If he wants to run it 30 times and they can get this kind of production, and you do it. Thurman Thomas is running. Byram, number 35, gets an excellent block there. Thomas goes back inside. Now, we saw a lot of this in the first quarter. Missed tackles, but he keeps his feet moving all the time. Breaks at the outside, switches the ball over into the hand that he's supposed to, away from the defensive end, picks up a first down.
First down at the Cincinnati 29, and it's Thomas again. Put the brakes on. And a short pickup. Carl Zander, the inside linebacker, on the stop of Thomas, the rookie from Oklahoma State. Last season, teamed with a fellow by the name of Barry Sanders. And Sanders actually played behind Thomas. Thomas's teammates have been all over in recent weeks saying, how could you have been in front of Barry Sanders?
Well, that's why he's so good this year, Sanders, because he rested all of last year.
8 carries, 66 yards for Thomas. 2nd and 9 at the 28. And Kelly completes short of the first down. Trumaine Johnson stopped by Eric Thomas. Well, coming up, a full lineup of college bowl games. January the 2nd, Notre Dame and West Virginia in the Fiesta. That will be for number 1. Miami and Nebraska in the Orange Bowl. And in the Hall of Fame Bowl, LSU and Syracuse. Right here on NBC.
You know, one guy we really have not mentioned his name except for recovering a fumble is Tim Crumrye. He's playing over Kent Hall, the center, and he's doing a job on Crumrye.
Of course, Cincinnati's defensive unit has not been on the field that frequently. Here's Riddick. So Riddick Riddick moves the chains. A Buffalo first down and a good-looking drive here by the Bills. Crumry in on that stuff of Riddick.
So that's downfield. That time I was looking at Ken Hall. He just turned him back to the inside. He was totally out of the play.
Washington now leading Cleveland 7-3. Phoenix with a 14-7 lead. Chicago 7-0 over Green Bay. Pittsburgh still in front. Atlanta now 10-3 over Tampa Bay. Again to the ground. It is Thomas. Thomas to the 12-yard line. Scow, the right defensive end. Fulcher, the strong safety, on the stop.
I told you they have to establish that line of scrimmage. Now, Reggie Williams, 57, is there. Pete Metzelaars, number 88, the tight end, just taking him down the line of scrimmage. If Reggie Williams is going to go outside, Pete Metzelaars says, okay, well, I'll take you that way. It opens up the hole. It forces Thomas to go inside, but he still picks up 4 yards.
5 minutes gone by. Third quarter, Buffalo controlling the ball. And again, Thomas driven back the other way. Short pickup. Crumry, along with McClendon and Scow, combining on the tackle.
See what happens when you mention the guy's name? Now, Crumry, that time, comes in and makes the tackle. He's listening, paying attention. Thomas going to try to cut back inside. When he does, number 69, Crumry, right there, picks him up, puts him back.
Coming up, the 10th play of this drive. Kelly has passed only 3 times, and he has hit on his last 9. 3 passes, 6 running plays on this 10-play drive. And Kelly throws end zone, and it's intercepted. So they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. The pass intended for Andre Reed, and it's David Fulcher with his 4th interception of the season, coming off a standout game last week against Dallas.
And Kelly has Robb Riddick at first down situation. Fulcher's just reading Kelly's eyes. He was not playing Andre Reed, the man. He was playing the ball. You'll see Fulcher 33 come in, but you're also going to see, I think, Robb Riddick. He'll come across in the middle, and he's standing up on the right-hand side of the screen. You didn't see it. He's on the right-hand side of the screen, and he's open at the first down marker. Kelly decided he's going to force it in. Fulcher looking at his eyes. Interception, Cincinnati ball.
That has been the flaw in Jim Kelly's game. His first couple of years in the NFL, he cut down on that when he's intercepted for the 2nd time today. The ankle tackle by Ray Bentley on James Brooks. So Cincinnati taking over, coming off a terrific first half. Look at that first half call of the Bengals. No turnovers. They did not punt at all, and no penalties called against Cincinnati, and the end result, a 21-7 lead.
21-7. They were down on the 2-yard line, going for it on 4th down. It could be even more.
2nd and 9 at the 21. Esiason in trouble, able to get it away, and completes for the first down to the tight end, Rodney Holman. It's an 18-yard advance for Holman, his 3rd catch of the day.
Boomer Esiason, I know he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, because if he did, he would have been able to see Cornelius Bennett coming right behind him, and all Boomer did was just step up inside. When he did that, Cornelius Bennett ran right by him. He found Holman in the screen. Here comes 55 Bennett. Right here, he's in the backside. And watch what he does. He moves up. There's an excellent block in the offensive line by Joe Walter. Boomer steps up, hits Holman, first down.
Ball at the Cincinnati 38. Right-ahead move by Jennings. And the gang tackle by the Buffalo Bills. Stanford Jennings in his 5th season. At a Furman, a reliable all-around player as a runner, receiver, special teams man. 8:56 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Cincinnati 21 and Buffalo 7. A reminder to our viewers, we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the game. Esiason now 11 for 14, 159 yards, 1 touchdown. 2 touchdowns scored by James Brooks. along with Bruce Smith.
Ray Bentley just played. That's the second play out of the last three that Bentley has made. Ray Bentley was there and not overrunning the play now. Here's Bruce Smith, number 78. He's right there. They move him to the outside. The guy that fills is Bentley. Just heads up tackle. Woods, no chance to go anywhere.
It is a 3rd and 5 at the 43. Brooks in motion. And Esiason again just got it away and it's ruled incomplete. Eddie Brown. Wait a moment. It is ruled complete. Eddie Brown caught it inbounds and then was bumped out.
Talk about the heat being on now. They're double teaming Bruce Smith again. Then they just ran a blitzing linebacker, Bentley up inside. Boomer gets the ball off. Eddie Brown, total concentration, inbound, first down. And he just did get it off.
And a first down at the Buffalo 45, 7:45 remaining. 3rd quarter. Esiason with time. Again goes sideline and completes to Tim McGee. But a penalty marker is down.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 59 defense. Floated ahead.
The personal foul called on Don Graham.
Watch who blocks Bruce Smith. Brooks. Brooks is blocking Bruce Smith. And then there's the hit right there. He hits him in the head with his right hand. And that is a personal foul. I tell you, Brooks is a good blocker. Huh?
Not bad for 5'10" as he's listed. 182 pounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. 59 defense. Half the distance. First down.
Yes, Smith goes 6'4", 285. Man with tremendous explosion off the ball.
7:34.
And that the first catch for Tim McGee. It's a 17-yard pass play plus the penalty.
That will be in Brooks's highlight film, his own highlight film.
He's had a pretty good one today. 2 touchdowns. 1 on a 3-yard run, making it 17-0. 13-yard touchdown pass made it 14-0. On a 2-yard run, capping off a drive to extend to a 21-0. Jim Kelly leading the Bills up the field in quickie fashion the final 2 minutes of the first half, and that's the way we stand. 21-7, first down at the 13 for Esiason. Pass intended for the tight end, Coleman.
You know, Marv, on that last drive of the Buffalo Bills, you get kind of idea what kind of season it is, and they are 11-1. But the Buffalo Bills have been inside the 20-yard line. We'll talk about this in a second. Here we go again. Bruce Smith against Anthony Munoz. Munoz just rides him back to the outside. Smith has no chance whatsoever trying to make a turn. The ball was overthrown. They had the ball 43 times this year inside the 20. And coming out of that, 16 touchdowns and 20 field goals.
2nd and 10 at the 13. Off the draw, Brooks. For a couple. Bentley and Still combined to make the tackle. Cincinnati 9-3, half game in front of Houston. They are 5-0 here at Riverfront. And they have, including today, 3 of their final 4 at home, and they've won here by lopsided scores. Next week they're home for San Diego, then they play at Houston in a major confrontation, and then home to close against the Redskins.
Here's me a roll Boomer out of there again. Get him out, get him moving.
3rd and 7. And he pulled the strike. Ickey Woods on the reception between Bentley and Bennett.
You really have to put this ball right on target. Ickey Woods comes down the middle. Boomer is looking to the outside. He's always aware of where Smith is, and at the last second, he sees Ickey Woods right between 2 linebackers and fires the ball in there. This is a first down. But watch it. There's Bentley 50, Bennett 55. They're right there. That's a perfect pass.
It's a 1st and goal at the 3. Brooks, the lone D-back. 10th play of the drive. And it is Brooks on the slant. He took a wallop as he is stopped short.
Also.
Hit by Kelso and Bentley. Well, Washington now leading Cleveland 10-3. Cleveland 2 games behind Cincinnati coming into today. Washington a game behind the Giants, Eagles, and the Cardinals. Jets and Miami in another wild affair. Chicago maintaining only that 7-0 lead on Green Bay. Pittsburgh over Kansas City. Tampa Bay and Atlanta now tied at 10. Now Woods and Brooks in the backfield. And it's Woods, touchdown. Ickey Woods with his second touchdown of the day.
And what a great block by James Brooks to the outside. They sealed the inside with Munoz and Reimers, and then Brooks blocks out the linebacker, I believe, and the hole was there.
Demonstration foul against the offense will be penalized on the kickoff.
Demonstration foul. Right to your screen. There comes Brooks. That's Odoms. I'm sorry, I thought it was a linebacker. He blocks Odoms out. Once he does that, it's touchdown.
Number 30 on the foul. Number 30.
Come on, Ickey. They must not like his dance. McElwee doesn't like your dance, Ickey.
That is the Ickey Woods shuffle, which we saw earlier, and this time he was hit for it. And here is Breech. So Jim Breech puts it through. Ickey Woods adding to his rookie club touchdown record as you take a look at the Ickey shuffle. Well, a different story today for the Buffalo Bills, who had been nearly invincible the last 4 games against Jets, Miami, Seattle, and Green Bay. But the Cincinnati Bengals, with the #1 offense in the NFL, having no problem with Buffalo's defensive unit.
But again, and it's not an excuse, because I know the Buffalo Bills, they don't want one. You're playing without 3 of your starters. They are the best defensive team in the AFC, #2 in the National Football League. And when you're missing 3 great players, you've got a problem.
Here's the kickoff from Lee Johnson. And it's Robb Riddick on the return. Took a good pop as he crossed the 30-yard line. Here is the Ickey shuffle. Apparently the coaching staff told him not to do this for fear of penalty during the Dallas game, and he stayed away from it. And the mood was just right, apparently, here today.
They wanted him to stop because of embarrassment. That's a bad dance. The man has no rhythm here. I'm talking. His legs and knees are too stiff.
Timeout call. We'll be right back. Well, if the NFL season ended after week 12, it would be Buffalo, Cincinnati, the LA Raiders as the division champs headed to the playoffs with Houston and New England, the wild card teams. But much can change these next 4 weeks.
That's going to change.
Yes.
It's not going to affect Buffalo, because they can just still go on in their last 3 games against the Raiders, Tampa Bay, and then they finish in Indianapolis, can still lock up the home field advantage in the playoffs.
If they are able to come from way back here today, a win would mean home field advantage throughout the playoffs based on head-to-head meetings, conference record. Last week, the Bills did clinch at least 1 home playoff game. First down at the 32 for Jim Kelly. And he has Harmon, who broke a tackle, battling for the marker, but not able to get there. Now we're set for an update. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
Thanks, Marv. The Dolphins are trailing the Jets 24-14. They scored 2 touchdowns in 69 seconds. First, Marino finds Mark Clayton on this 31-yard touchdown, making it 24-21. Then seconds later, Clayton catches his 2nd touchdown on the day, a 25-yard catch, a great catch, gets his way into the end zone. Miami leads 27-24.
All right, Ahmad, 4:36 remaining 3rd quarter here at Riverfront in Cincinnati. The Bengals 28, the Bills 7. And as you can see, it is just short of a first down. Kelly is now 13 for 18, 132 yards, but meaningless statistics because the Bills have produced one touchdown. That's been it.
He's doing the same thing that Boomer Esiason is doing. He's just picking his way down the field and hitting the backs coming out of the backfield, the short passes. But when you're down by 21 points, you've got to get there in a hurry. You've got to get downfield in a hurry. You can't pick and choose.
Romaine Johnson flanked to the near side, bottom of your screen. He goes the other way, though. And again, the completion to Ronnie Harmon. Good open field move by Harmon, brought down by Thomas and Smith. 22-yard pickup.
They're trying to cover Ronnie Harmon with Darrell Smith, number 25. And the Bills are in another hurry-up offense. They're moving the ball down the field. They've got to score. Remember, every time they get inside the 20, they have more field goals than they have touchdowns.
Fourth catch of the day for Harmon. First down for Cincinnati 37. Kelly got the time going sideline, threw it away. Johnson in the area along with Horton providing the coverage.
That time the rush was on, but Kelly stayed in there, and it did really throw the ball away. Look at Miami.
Well, the Dolphins and the Jets usually end up with shootouts. That's the case in their earlier meeting. Washington still in front of Cleveland, 10-3. And everything else the same. Green Bay holding Chicago in check, still 7-0. And the third, 2nd and 10 at the 37. On the line today, that 7-game win streak by the Buffalo Bills. Their only loss back in Week 5, losing to the Bears in Chicago. Kelly sacked after he lost the handle. Darrell Smith able to get to Kelly, but a penalty marker is down.
The ball was dropped by Kelly, and they ran that blitz with the safety blitz. This time they didn't have Darrell Smith in coverage. They just let him go, and Kelly never saw him. First of all, a drop ball. Then he had his back.
Play of the game against the defense. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, hitting while the whistle's being blown on 25. 5:15.
And that is Darrell Smith, so the whistle was being blown, but Smith continued at Kelly.
Well, everybody else has continued also. I mean, I don't understand the play. If everybody's moving, why didn't somebody else stop? We're not seeing any other movement towards stopping. Everybody's in there making the plays.
And Sam Weish not happy about it. Talking with the head linesman.
First of all, they called delay a game on the defense. Now they called delay a game. Everybody's still blocking. Everybody's in movement here. The flag is down. Now, no one stopped. You see, Devlin is still carrying through his block, so no one heard the whistle. How can you pick out one guy and say he didn't hear the whistle? That's a bad call.
So Darrell Smith called for the personal foul. 1st and 10 at the 22 for Buffalo. Kelly going incomplete. Intended for Harmon. Covered by Smith.
He had Harmon open again. Harmon's just turning Smith all over the place. I'd keep going to Harmon. That time they tried to almost double up with Fulcher back there because Smith can't stay with Ronnie Harmon.
And it's a 2nd and 10 at the 22. 3:49 remaining. Third quarter from Riverfront in Cincinnati. Mild rainy day, temperature 48 degrees. The Bengals with a 28-7 lead on the Buffalo Bills. And Kelly able to complete. Nice catch by Trumaine Johnson with Lewis Phillips all over him. Hurry up offense being attempted here by the Bills for a 3rd down and 5. Kelly got the protection, incomplete through the hands of Harmon. Smith and David Fulcher on the coverage. Smith shaken up.
Fulcher hit Smith and just drilled him. He was going to try to hit Harmon and missed Harmon.
Now Buffalo, 4th down and 5, and it's a first down with Harmon inside the 10. Tackled by Horton. So Ronnie Harmon, a favorite target of Jim Kelly on this drive, has the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9. There's Darryl Smith, apparently all right after he was shaken up a moment ago. Smith in his 2nd year from North Alabama. Kelly again with time. Incomplete. He tried to drill it through. Pass intended for Robb Riddick. Eric Thomas.
I don't understand. I know that there was a mix-up in the offensive formation because you're going to see 2 receivers in the same spot. Now, Riddick goes down, and I think Andre Reed, number 83, is also there. There they are, the 2 of them together. The ball hits Riddick in the hand. He just dropped it.
2nd and goal from the 9. And now Kelly drills it home for Harmon. And a touchdown for the Bills. Fans react to the little dance by Harmon.
Vulture wants to know. He's talking to him. He said, hey, isn't that a penalty? Harmon danced. They played catch all the way down this drive between Ronnie Harmon and Jim Kelly. Caught him, get him one-on-one on that defensive back, and they just could not stay with Harmon. He was wide open. Excellent read by Kelly.
Yes, the Bengals making the point if Ickey Woods on his touchdown was hit with a demonstration penalty, why not Ronnie Harmon, who was not as demonstrative, but certainly went through the motions.
They got Ickey. Ickey's just for bad dancing.
So, the Bills with their 2nd score of the day now trail 28-14.
Kelly back in the shotgun, and he's just going to... He looks at him all the way to Ronnie Harmon, number 33. Leo Barker, number 53, the linebacker, tried to get there, but Harmon was wide open. They just played catch.
4th touchdown of the season for Harmon. 9 plays, 68 yards. 2 minutes, 13 seconds, the time of the drive. So the Bills kind of hanging around, but they have not yet shown they can stop the Cincinnati offense. The kickoff by Norwood, taken by Stanford Jennings. Out to the 20. To the 23-yard line, and a flag is down.
That flag came from back at the 50-yard line and landed at the 25, which was a 25-yard throw.
Nice toss.
Nice toss. Didn't hit anybody.
It's against Cincinnati. Carlton Bailey on the stop of Stanford Jennings.
Holding, number 90, offense on the return. 10 yards, first down.
Emmanuel King called on the penalty. So the Bengals will start out from their 11, 2.5 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Cincinnati with Bruce Kozerski at center, Max Montoya, Bruce Reimers at the guards, Anthony Munoz, Joe Walter at the tackles. Now they're spotted at the 13th, 1st and 10. Cincinnati from its 13. 81 Brown in motion. And a very tough man to bring down. Ickey Woods has had a sensational day. Carlton Bailey, outside linebacker, did make the stop.
I still got to believe that they're trying to run it off tackle here. There's Munoz coming down on Smith. Smith trying to get a piece of him, but he's also gets double teamed. When I see these plays working, they're designed to go to the left here, but I think they told Ickey once that hole is out there, come right on back to the inside.
Back to the live action, 2nd and 1, and Esiason with the short completion to Brooks and has the first down. Ickey Woods, 17 carries, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. First down at the 26.
Again, the surprising thing is that the Buffalo Bills, again, they lost 3 of their starting defensive players, but they haven't really been able to slow down Cincinnati, let alone stop them.
Collinsworth flanked to the right at the bottom of your screen, and Brown in the slot. First down at the 26. Woods going over the 100-yard mark, reaching reaching out to the 32. Carlton Bailey again on the tackle.
And Marv, when you get 5 to 6 yards on first down, it really puts the pressure on the defense, because now the offense can do anything that they want to do. It's a passing situation. It's a running situation. They can put some screens in, which we have not seen one of those today. We have not seen a draw play today.
Just the basics, as you pointed out at the start. Now Collinsworth flanked to the left. Second down, 4. Woods in motion. Play action. Esiason incomplete. Hard hit by Leonard Smith on the tight end, Rodney Holman.
Graham just ran into a wall. Max Montoya pulled out and cut Graham right in half. Number 65 is Montoya. Graham's coming across. He lets Ickey Woods go by and watch him disappear. That's Max Montoya. Bam!
38 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Third down, 4 from the 32 in Cincinnati territory. Look out.
Joe Walter.
Yes, Joe Walter, the right tackle, drawing the Bills offside. In terms of the playoff race, this a setup game for Cincinnati, one that can put the Bengals on the verge of clinching a postseason berth, or make them face a major game in Houston in 2 weeks. If Cincinnati wins today, it can clinch at least a wild card playoff spot with a win over San Diego next week here in Cincinnati. Whether the Bengals win or lose, they can win the AFC Central by defeating San Diego next week and then winning in Houston. But if the Bengals should lose today, the Oilers can clinch the AFC Central with back-to-back victories at home over Pittsburgh next week. And then by beating Cincinnati. Esiason getting away from Smith, but he is ruled in the grasp. Grasp and control. First sack of the day. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad.
All right, Marv, Miami at the Jets, and the Dolphins have stunned the Jets. Here, Dolphins Marino hits Farrell Edmonds on this 80-yard touchdown pass. You see Farrell Edmonds catch the ball about midfield and just fly away from everybody else. Dolphins have scored 28 unanswered points. Marino has thrown for 5 touchdown passes today.
Thanks, Ahmad. Bruce Smith with his 8th sack of the season, first of the day for Buffalo. And the Bills stop the Cincinnati drive.
And one thing about this Buffalo Bill team, they may be minus 3 guys in that defense, but this team never quits, and that's why they're 11-1.
Well, first punt of the day for Scott Bullhay. And here's Flip Johnson on the return. Good coverage. Now the Bengals with time running down in this third quarter. Penalty marker also thrown. 45-yard punt. And a 3-yard return. Carl Zander leading the coverage. We're down to 3 seconds left in this third quarter.
A lot of discussions today. You know that? A lot of discussions.
5-yard face mask foul. Added it to the end of the play. 5 yards. First down.
Right at the end of this play, right here, you're going to see, but that's not face mask. He was actually on the top of the helmet, never touched the face mask.
They're not exactly seeing it the same way as they are seeing it down on the field.
Let's see the Bills' first sack now. Bruce Smith is the guy that gets in on Boomer. We're going to follow Bruce all the way. Here he comes. He makes a move to the outside. Fred Smerlas takes on 2 people, and Bruce Smith breaks through. Good defensive play.
And back to the live action. Riddick with another flag down as time runs out in this third quarter. Paul, you've been very testy today.
It's getting ugly.
And this one against Buffalo.
Gave one back.
Time has run out in this third quarter.
Holding number 85.
Obviously not able to find anything else from a creative point of view.
That's them. They're not in the truck.
Searching the stands as we get underway here. Fourth quarter, first down and 20. And again, Kelly able to complete to Riddick. Robb Riddick with his 5th catch of the day. Leo Barker on the stop, the gain of 8. It will be a 2nd down and 12. And again, the Bills go to a hurry-up. They are trailing Cincinnati 28-14. Kelly getting the time and able to complete for the 1st down. Trumaine Johnson has picked it up.
I'll be going back with this team on the plane back to Buffalo, and I'll tell you right now, those are going to be some tired offensive players.
17-yard pickup. First down at the 35. And Kelly going deep. Touchdown, Buffalo. Andre Reed with a spectacular catch, doing it right in the face of Eric Thomas. 35-yard touchdown. So the Bills, who have been hanging around, now trail 28-20.
Oh, yeah, this team does not quit. I think this team really came of age when they played the Indianapolis Colts, and they were behind 17-0 and came back and won that ball game. It gave this team, I really thought it gave this team character. They just won't quit.
Scott Norwood will attempt the extra point. He is 26 for 26 on the season.
Well, what they're doing is they're looking to see if Andre Reed actually got into the end zone. He does. There's no question about it. There he is. He's got the ball, and he falls in the end zone. The defensive back falls on top of him. That's Eric Thomas, number 22. But Andre Reed is in the end zone. Right there, it's clear, and he has the ball.
They are checking out the instant replay.
It's good.
Checking whether he had possession. He looked to be bobbling it.
Here's where he goes back to the end zone, and the ball is right on the line. It's touchdown. Of course, I'll probably be wrong.
Which has occurred from time to time. There's Andre Reed. And look at the replay booth.
Tom Kelleher.
Yes, Tom Kelleher checking it out. Andre Reed, a man who has shown he can get deep. Although the Bills have not gone in that direction. He's the number 3 man in receptions in the AFC. Andre Reed with 4 catches on the day for 54 yards. And Jim Kelly is now 20 for 29, 235 yards. The judgment here concerns whether Reed did have possession as he crossed the plane of the goal line. If he did not, according to the replay official, the ball would be placed outside of the goal line, and it will be a 1st and goal for the Buffalo Bills.
And it'll be touchdown. The question is, was he down? Was he down before? The other thing too is this. He was bobbling the ball, right? But he did come up with the ball inside the end zone, so he actually didn't even make the catch until he was in the end zone. So they got to call a touchdown. Watch it here. Well, Andre Reed is bobbling the ball. It comes back into his hand. There it is. Honest.
Ball is a foot short of the goal line.
Well, as you called it, Paul, no touchdown.
Think about it, he doesn't really make the catch until he is in the end zone. He is bobbling the ball. There's the ball and moving it back into his arm, coming across, it's laying on his stomach.
That's a tough call there. Looking at it, very, very tough call. And the ruling here is that he did not have possession as he crossed the goal line. So they place it outside the goal line, and it will be a 1st and goal for the Bills.
Marv Levy looking like, what do we have to do?
They ruled him down inside the 1. Metzelars in motion. And the Bills are in. Robb Riddick takes it home. And some extracurricular activity as Riddick was celebrating. And a flag is down.
And it may be on Reggie Williams, number 57.
Touchdown is good. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 57 defense will enforce on the kickoff.
It is Reggie Williams, the outside outside linebacker who reacted to the celebration of Riddick.
Try to stop the celebration.
And now Cincinnati with a 28-20 lead. And Scott Norwood will come on.
Touchdown is good. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. 57 defense. Ground in the man after the whistle. That'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Most importantly, though, Marv, is it's going to be 28-21 after this extra point, and there's still 14 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
So Norwood, who has hit on 68 consecutive point after, a franchise record that he established earlier today, has put it through again. So the Bills have come back. They are now down by only 7, 28-21, with a minute gone by in the fourth quarter.
Trucks, including the all-new Mazda MPV. By Michelob, one taste will tell you why the night belongs to Michelob. And by Samsonite, our strengths are legendary.
Marv Albert, Paul McGuire back at Riverfront in Cincinnati. The Bengals 28 and the Bills 21. So Robb Riddick ran it in following that controversial call on the Andre Reed reception. One official, incidentally, made the judgment that Reed was in. Another said he was down at the 1. They checked the replay, and it was seen as inconclusive. So they downed it just inside the 1-yard line.
Jim Riggs went back and signaled fair catch, which you're allowed to do on the kickoff, and they get the ball at the 10. 87, right in the middle of your screen. You see his hand? That signals fair catch. Now he makes the catch, and they can't run with the ball. You can't go anywhere.
Riggs, one of the up men, a backup tight end, called the fair catch. So that is where the Bengals start out. 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Brooks in motion. This is Woods. And he's hit for a loss. Ickey, Woods, stop. And suddenly the Buffalo defense tightening up.
Yes, they are. Look at this.
In the fourth quarter, Redskins leading the Browns 13-10. Big game for both clubs in the AFC Central. Cincinnati, half game in front of Houston. Houston beating Dallas Thanksgiving Day. Cleveland at 7-5. They are in a battle for a wild card spot. Second down play. Esiason on the roll, throwing sideline. And it is ruled a completion to Ickey.
Almost sacked in the end zone for a safety. Bruce Smith was there. Got his arm on Boomer, but Boomer broke loose. He got to the outside. He finds McGee. Bruce Smith coming up the field inside. Right there, grabs Boomer. He gets away, sees McGee, and look where he puts the ball. Right on the line, right on the sideline.
19-yard pass play. Second catch of the day for McGee, who was just inbound. And here's Brooks trying to make the turn and bumped out. Oh, right into the marker. Hit by the combination of Cornelius Bennett and Carlton Bailey.
Carlton Bailey just drilled Brooks as he was coming up the... Number 54 is going to come into your picture, and that's Carlton Bailey. And hits Brooks right here. Now, Brooks standing on the sideline. You must pay attention or you will get drilled yourself.
It's been a strong game for Bailey, rookie from North Carolina last week, a standout on special teams. Second down, 10 at the 29. Get on the roll. Incomplete. Eddie Brown in the area.
Cornelius Bennett was right there, and I mean, he drilled Boomer Esiason, and they're going to call in the grass on this play.
Bennett gets credit for a sack as Cincinnati goes into the hurry-up. 3rd down and 10. Buffalo try to make situational substitutions. Do they have 11 players on? Yes.
Linemen are trying to get the people to be quiet so they can get the call.
8.5 sacks for Bennett this season. 2nd sack of the day for Buffalo. 3rd down, 17. Esiason stepping up and goes incomplete. He overthrew Brown. Another good defensive series by the Bills. Eddie Brown covered by the cornerback Wayne Davis. Filling in for the injured Derek Burrows.
And that man going off the field, he got the Boomer. He got to him a little bit late. He runs around to the outside, Bruce Smith. Never stops. Look at this. And he finally gets to Boomer just the last second. These guys just don't know how to quit.
Only the 2nd punt of the day for Scott Fulhag, 2nd-year player from Kansas State. Back at his 9-yard line. Big rush. And it's Flip Johnson playing the hop. Nowhere to go. 42-yard punt. Short return of 2. 12.5 remaining. 4th quarter. We'll be right back.
They called that a sack. There's been some questionable calls here today, at best.
Some of which you have disagreed with.
Yes, and I disagree with that one also.
What a tremendous turnaround by the Buffalo Bills. They've come from way back, and suddenly they are controlling the line of scrimmage.
This is all they had to do is just control the line of scrimmage because Kelly can get the ball there.
And Kelly on 1st down completes to Harmon. And a first at the 38. Ronnie Harmon on the catch. Darrell Smith with the stop, and this will give you an idea of how the Bills have turned it.
They turn around and get their defense back on track, shut down the Cincinnati Bengals, and now they're moving it with the offense.
And a 2nd and 3 completion to Riddick, and another Buffalo 1st down. 3 minutes gone by, 4th quarter. Buffalo trailing by 7, 28-21.
This is so beautifully executed by the Buffalo Bills because all they're doing is hitting the backs coming out of the backfield, and then every now and again they'll go downfield for the big play.
Riddick on the fumble, recovered by the Bengals, and a big play for Cincinnati.
They'll review this when Riddick thinks he was down.
Play has been blown dead, and again, tempers flaring.
That's Jim Kelly on the bottom of that pile.
Lewis Phillips on the recovery, but the question is, did Robb Riddick make the catch? Was it a completed pass?
Sam Weiss wants on the field again. The players are restraining him. Eric Thomas as Kelly went after him hard. Here's Riddick. He's coming across, just setting up to run a 5-yard play. Now he breaks a tackle here.
Oh, no question.
He breaks a tackle here, and he's downfield. Now the ball is coming out. This is a fumble. He is not down. Now, I don't know what Kelly was doing at the end, but he ended up with Eric Thomas on the ground somewhere. Here it is again, played by Riddick, and he's moving the ball well, but once you get an arm comes in right there and just strips the ball away, it is definitely a fumble.
And Phillips, in his 3rd year out of North Alabama, on the recovery. Cincinnati takes over 1st down from their 35-yard line. Critical turnover with the Bills on the move. Eddie Brown in motion. And here's Woods ramming his way ahead. Ickey Woods stopped by Bentley and Odoms. Take a look at that. The aftermath of that last play.
Well, I don't know what Kelly's doing. Now, here's Kelly, number 12. And he thinks the guys get up. Kelly's in on the tackle. And then Thomas gets in there. Now watch what Kelly does. I'm going after you. This is a linebacker with a quarterback's arm. Kelly's tough.
Cincinnati at one point led 21-0. They led 28-7. It is now a 28-21 lead. Esiason off the play action. Goes short range and has Brooks. Brooks at the 44, stopped by Bentley and Bailey. He is short of the first down. It will be a third down. Looks to be a 3rd and 1.
Now they're going to measure this, but again, Buffalo Bills in this second half, they took the line of scrimmage away from the Cincinnati Bengals and got themselves back in the ball game. The defensive line now, they're just teeing off and going. You got Still, Smith, Smirlis.
It is just short of a first down. 3rd and inches coming up for Boomer Esiason, the top-rated passer in the NFL. Turned it around from a year ago when he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Although Cincinnati played from behind much of the season, Cincinnati fans made Boomer the scapegoat last season, but he's come through with what should be an all-pro season.
And he just got out of town for a few months. Marv left here, went visited, just said, hey, let me get away from it all, get everything back into perspective.
3rd and inches.
If he gets to the line, he's got it.
Well, the Bengals feel they have it, and they do. Now for another update, let's go to our studios in New York. Here's Amar.
All right, Marv, in Washington, a must game for both these teams, the Browns and the Redskins. Here, Ernest Biner goes 27 yards up the middle, breaking tackles to give the Browns a 17-13 lead. They're in the 4th quarter.
And back at Riverfront, Marv Albert, Paul McGuire. See time remaining. 4th quarter, Cincinnati 28, Buffalo 21. And the handoff to the speedy Woods. Ickey Woods stopped by the left defensive end, Art Still.
This play, by the time they hand the ball to Ickey Woods, he's almost at full speed. You've got Boomer Esiason running down the line of scrimmage and then handing to the ball, and Ickey Woods is running at an angle at full speed.
Less than 2 minutes remaining of that Cleveland-Washington game. We're down to 9:15 remaining here in Cincinnati. And the Bengals have a 2nd and 3 at the 48. 118 yards, 22 carries for Woods. And it's Brooks. A hard hit. Leonard Smith with the shot on James Brooks. Leonard Smith, acquired from the Phoenix Cardinals earlier in the season, and a major pickup for Bill Polian and the Buffalo Bills.
And Leonard Smith will hit you. He loves to hit. They said that he got so many bad penalties. I mean, all penalties are bad, but bad penalties in Phoenix and in St. Louis because of a lot of things that happened afterwards. Of course, last week, you know, he got thrown out of the game.
Took a punch reportedly at one of the Jets in the 1st quarter. Got the thumb involved in the altercation. 3rd down and 3. And Esiason has the first down.
I got to see this, how he gets out of this mess. He was on, Boomer fake pulled it down and got himself a first down. Watch right in the middle of the street. Boomer's back there. They're crossing on a tackle. Smirlis is still, and Boomer just pulls it down, sees that opening. All he needs is a yard and a half, picks up the first down, and Leonard Smith tried to take his head off.
And he used the official, the umpire Dennis Riggs, as a pick.
Not a bad pick.
First down at the 45. 7.5 left, 4th quarter. Nice play action fake. And Esiason has the completion. Tim McGee on the sideline pattern for a Cincinnati first down, a 15-yard advance.
This play really typifies the maturity of Boomer Esiason. He was looking at Eddie Brown coming across the field. Marvin actually had him, but then he read the safety. And as soon as he saw that, he's going to pull the ball down. He's looking to his right to Brown. Then he said, I can't throw there. There's a safety. He finds McGee, not selfish, back to the outside. First down at the 30.
3rd catch of the day for McGee, who has come off a twisted ankle injury. First down at the Buffalo 30. Here's Brooks. stopped at the line. Critical turnover. Handing the ball back to Cincinnati. The fumble by Riddick. Recovered by Billups, with Buffalo on the move and trailing by only a touchdown. But now here is Cincinnati 2nd and 10 at the Bills' 30-yard line.
A little while ago, you talk about the Buffalo offense putting it together and Cincinnati's offense putting it together. Both teams were averaging just a little over 7 yards on first down.
It's been a long drive for Boomer Esiason and his Bengals playing number 9 right here. A shot at the 24.
He got hit by Art Still, I think, number 72, and his feet left the ground. It's either Bennett or Still. I saw Still on the ground, and maybe Cornelius Bennett, number 55, but Ickey kind of disappears. It's going to be Bennett. Watch this. How about that for a right arm?
Cornelius Bennett last week against the Jets recovered that Roger Vick fumble that led to the winning field goal in overtime. Guy who gets a lot of attention, usually draws the double team in a second year out of Alabama, coming off a sensational rookie season. 3rd down 4 at the Buffalo 24. Straight through is Brooks for the first down. Bentley on the cover-up tackle.
Most important thing in this drive, number 1, first downs, keeping the ball alive, but they're keeping the clock moving. They're down within 5.5 minutes now. Brooks is mad. Everybody seems to be getting mad here. This is a straight handoff right up the middle. The blocking between the center and the 2 guards was excellent. Brooks was down. The ball hit the ground. And then all of a sudden you get caught up in there. And everybody's very testy now. Like that, huh?
A word that was used here earlier.
Yes.
Brooks has gone 69 yards, 18 carries, first down at the Buffalo 17. Play action. Esiason in trouble, just throws it away.
Cornelius Bennett was all over Boomer Esiason. Cornelius coming from the outside. They really don't block him here. It's a little play action they thought would freeze Bennett. His job was go right to the quarterback, and he does. Lets up just at the end, what you're supposed to do. Very fast. It's very fast. He wants to play tight end. He said, I'll play tight end, same amount of money. I don't believe that, but he said it.
Marv Levy says that Cornelius Bennett is the best practice player he's had in 35 years of coaching. Not bad in the games either.
Yeah.
2nd down 10. Woods off the hole, breaks a tackle, and then is stopped. Carlton Bailey, who has excelled in the second half. 78, of course, Bruce Smith. But Bailey made that stop.
Well, Leonard Smith came up to put a major hit on Ickey, and it didn't work.
That's a final score. Cleveland over Washington, 17-13. And the updated AFC Central has Cleveland at 8-5. A win here for Cincinnati would make it 10 up and 3 down, and they would remain a game in front of Houston and 2 in front of Cleveland. 13th play of the drive. 3rd down and 5. 4 minutes left, 4th quarter. And here is Brooks with room. And that will set up a 1st and goal.
They ran a quick trap up the middle, and this thing hit so quickly. Brooks getting to that hole in a major hurry. Here it comes. They just crosswalk right there. They block down on
at it does not work. Ickey Woods is stopped by the right corner, Nate Odoms. Next week, Cincinnati home for San Diego. Then they play at Houston, and then they will be home for Washington.
They just run one more running play. They can take the clock down to 2 minutes. You got to believe the Bills have to call a timeout here sometime. They have actually 4. There's 3 regular ones and the 2-minute deal.
Bengals used one of their timeouts. Second and goal at the 2. And it's Woods. For Ickey Woods, his 3rd touchdown of the day. And 130 yards on the ground in 26 carries.
And Brooks has the other 2. So they've done it in their backfield with a very, very patient Boomer Esiason.
Ickey Woods, the rookie from Nevada, Las Vegas, led the nation in rushing last year. And the point in the 4th quarter by Buffalo since back week number 8. And this, the most points the Bills have allowed this season. Earlier, they gave up 28 to Pittsburgh, but they beat the Steelers 36-28. Cincinnati, the number 1 offense in the NFL. They've now scored 395 points. A boomer from the kickoff man, Lee Johnson, and Buffalo will start from the 20-yard line.
Marv, you get the feeling we may be seeing an advanced look of the championship game? Good possibility of it.
The Buffalo Bills, with that 7-game win streak on the line, a record of 11-1. Cincinnati, 9-3. Victory here today would make it 10 up, 3 down, and a full game in front of the Houston Oilers. Jim Kelly out of the shotgun as we approach the 2-minute warning. Goes to the sideline, a good hit on Ronnie Harmon. Darrell Smith, Ricky Dixon combining on the stop. It is short of the first down. 2:05 remaining in this 4th quarter.
They got Ricky Dixon out there on the corner limping.
Second down and 5. Barney Bussey on the coverage of Harmon. 2-minute warning. And we'll be back here in Cincinnati. 9 remaining, 4th quarter. Cincinnati leading Buffalo 35-21. And when we pick it up, the Bills a 3rd down and 5 from their 25-yard line.
They're looking at our friend Darrell Smith again, number 25. He got hit earlier in the game by his old man Fulcher, and then all of a sudden he got hit again, and this time by Barney Bussey. So he's taking a beating from his own players.
Darrell Smith in his 2nd season out of North Alabama. Really took a shot there.
Oh, he gets drilled by Bussey, his own man. They'll be right in the center of your screen. They're coming across. Bussey's going for the interception. Smith catches him right, or Bussey catches Smith right with his shoulder, right in the helmet. He's down. Got knocked out twice by his own guy. Tough game.
While we have an opportunity, I'd like to thank our spotters, Bill Schwarberg, in his 21st year with NBC here in the booth. Doug Kidd, our statistician, Mr. Stats, Elliot Kalb. Assistant statistical work by Neil Bendeski. Our director, John Gonzalez. Producer, Ken Edmondson. 1:59 left in this 4th quarter. Next week, Marv Levy and his Buffalo Bills will be at Tampa Bay and home for the Raiders, and they conclude against the Colts at Indianapolis. 3rd down and 5. Kelly is taken down. Jason Buck, 2nd-year player from Brigham Young, 1st-round draft pick last season coming up with his 5th sack of the year.
And you give credit to the defensive secondary. The offensive line really didn't break down. It was just too long to sit back there and hold the ball.
And on 4th down, Kelly firing for Reed. It is broken up. So that is it for the Buffalo Bills. That sack by Buck, Cincinnati's 2nd of the day. And what a job by the Cincinnati Bengals this afternoon.
It really was a great job. It was an excellent comeback also by the Buffalo Bills in the second half. The latter part of the first half, the second quarter, and then the third part of the fourth quarter. They got themselves back into the ball game at 28-21. And a turnover by Robb Riddick just gave Cincinnati that momentum. They went right down the field and scored.
Cincinnati has won the last 3 meetings, 5 of the last 6 against Buffalo. The Bills' last win back in '83 here at Riverfront. In the preseason, back in Game 2, Cincinnati beat Buffalo 24-13, but the starters saw limited action. First down play. Here's Brooks making the turn. And he is stopped at the line. Now the Cincinnati Bengals will try to score. You never know, come tiebreaker time down the road. They will want the points on the board. A timeout has been taken with 1:27 remaining, 4th quarter.
All right, stand by. Replay on slow-mo A. Roll A and dissolve A. Good. Roll C. Wipe C. Let's get White and out on camera 8 over there. Nod so I know you're there, somebody. Ready, D. Get back to the coach on that. Okay, let's go to camera 5, please. White and out. Ready, camera 8. Take 8. I didn't know your family was in town. Go to camera 2. Nice work, people. Very nice work.
For the teamwork, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood aged Budweiser.
So what are you going to do tonight? Probably watch TV.
Of significance here this afternoon, Cincinnati Bengals have had 4 drives of 11 plays or more. We saw the time of possession stats earlier, so they have controlled the ball. They've also gone for 219 yards on the ground. Here's the Buffalo report card. Kelly, 24 out of 34, intercepted twice. Riddick with 2 touchdowns, however. His fumble recovered by Lewis Phillips, with Buffalo on the move in the midst of their comeback, turned things around in this 4th quarter.
That's that 14-point swing.
Esiason, 18 out of 25. Another outstanding day for Boomer Esiason. And Ickey Woods with a super day on the ground. And the same can be said for James Brooks.
That play, the Buffalo Bills have not been able to stop all day long, and I know they've run it at least 25 times. It's either right or left. Boomer comes down the line of scrimmage, and they just hand it going off tackle.
It'll be a 3rd down and 2 at the 8-yard line. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Cincinnati Bengals and the National Football League is prohibited. 45 seconds remaining. Cincinnati with a 35-21 lead over Buffalo. And here is Brooks getting inside the 5 and has the first down.
They don't have to run a play unless the Bills take a timeout. And they won't.
So it will run out. Running down, and that will do it. Cincinnati beats Buffalo 35-21. Buffalo's win streak is stopped at 7. They are now 11-2. Cincinnati to 10-3, and they are now a full game in front of the 2nd place Houston Oilers. The Bengals now 6-0 here at Riverfront. We'll be back right after these messages. 238 yards. He is our Budweiser MVP. Budweiser making a contribution to the United Way on behalf of all the MVPs selected today. Marv Albert, Paul McGuire, so long from Cincinnati.
This has been a presentation of NBC Sports, the leader in innovative sports television.
1983, Korean Flight 007 is shot down.
My son is dead.
One mother's desperate search to find the truth. Shoot Down, the true story, Monday.
We have the lowest overhead anywhere, so you buy for less where it's made at...